Okay. So, as you can tell by the other one, I watched that dog shit of a response. People say it's decent because it wasn't as terrible as the first one, but honestly, in my opinion, it was equally as terrible. If you don't know what I'm... move my pop filter. I had to put that shit on because I forgot to. It replace it so I don't fucking break it again. Give me a second. I should have this beforehand, but I didn't think it would move every time I move my hand, so it's whatever. Kill me! Okay, and then put it right. I'm just gonna keep talking after doing this, but I'm talking about PYRO's response to the allegations put against him, which we already disproved and nobody was really taken seriously anymore, but apparently people were. Apparently we all missed that. You know, people that were talking about it, the people that made it very clear that the allegation wasn't true. Yeah, we just missed, you know, that the allegation wasn't true, I guess. Because we all just, us saying allegedly, saying he's not a groomer just wasn't enough for him, I don't know. Anyways, he basically was trying to prove the fact that he's not a groomer, which again we all already proved and we all already kind of came to the consensus. Now, is he a weirdo? Yes. He proved nothing to say that he wasn't. He basically just like, yeah, but you have nothing, you know, solid on me, so I didn't do it. Thanks for watching. Like, that's pretty much the vibe the whole video was giving me. He barely disproved anything. Hell, he took most people's videos and what they were talking about out of context. He acted like Diesel Patches and the rest of them were calling him a groomer or some shit. Nobody was. Everybody was telling him that, or telling him that what he was doing was weird, inappropriate, and he should have known better. It was holding him accountable for his actions. He acted like everybody was against him and calling him some type of monster. It's like, no. We were all trying to understand why the fuck he would do this, and on top of everything, doesn't matter what you say, it was very inappropriate for you to continue to have conversations like this and continue to talk and interact with said person that you now know was a minor when you started talking. That's weird. He tried to have a whole oh, I have to mute it for a second because my thing. I'm gonna mute the music for a second. I have to... For some reason, Minecraft is loading and it won't let me exit out of it, so I kind of have to, like, be careful when it comes to the volume of, like, the music. Sorry about that. But he tried to say, like, oh, well, I didn't know my girlfriend, so why would she come tell me, you know, that this person was a minor? Bitch. So you're telling me the minor came to your girlfriend talking about if you guys wanted to, or if, if you wanted to date him and whatnot. That happened. Right? He was comfortable enough to do that. I never knew who he was. But all of a sudden, you didn't know who your girlfriend was because you weren't dating her. You had no contact with her. You had no conversations with her. I mean, if that was the truth, prove it. Prove when your DM started with her. Prove when you started talking to her. Prove to us that you weren't talking to her or you were not in contact with her at that point. Prove that to us. Why didn't you prove it? You have those screenshots. You have those DMs. You have those messages. Why didn't you prove that? Because you can't. But you know that all we have is circumstantial evidence that makes you look really bad. So you're just going to pull Onision and be like, I didn't do it. You got no hard proof on me. The manipulation in that entire video was just fucking gross. And the fact that people are just gonna fucking believe it. People still to this day are being like, yeah, that was just a decent response. It was not. It was horse shit. He doubled down on his bullshit ass response. The one that proved nothing and also had circumstantial evidence that he couldn't even prove, nor did he prove or verify. He tried to use that as like, well, that response was perfectly fine. I don't know what you're talking about. It didn't, nothing you guys said disproved what I said in that response. And yeah, some of the people that you referenced in that response took back what they said. You didn't prove what they said. Even using like the Thomas C interview, the first one, to prove his point, and we're like, again, we all already knew this stuff. You're not giving out new information. You're basically just saying you have nothing on me, so I'm gonna deny everything. Yeah, it all looks weird. Yes, it's inappropriate. And yes, I'll apologize for some things. But the rest of the time, I'm going to manipulate the situation, manipulate the facts of the matter, or even just the evidence that was provided to make it look in my favor. And I'm going to bullshit you the rest of the way through. And then I'm going to apologize for the things I actually did wrong that you can actually call me out and prove it. But the rest of the stuff, I'm not a monster. So, and it's like, again, you were talking to Ivory, so that means you have to be talking to somebody else. He couldn't have been the only one. Well, we actually know for a fact he wasn't the only one. Who else were you talking to? Who are they? How are they feeling? Did you see if they were okay, or do you even care? You know what I mean? Even the using the fact that Ivory had messages with somebody else and that he didn't specifically blast them. Why would? Let me explain to you. I wouldn't care. If he had blasted some random person, it would have never, nothing would have happened. It would have never seen the light of day. Even if he added it on to these other accusations, people would have been like, you were deflecting. This isn't about this. We only care about Pyro. So what is your point? Like, I don't get what you're saying. We're talking about you right now. We're not talking about whoever else did that to that child. We're talking about you right now. What are you talking about? On top of that, just because a minor doesn't specific you again, that's fucking victim blaming again. You're literally putting the responsibility on the minor to say that something is uncomfortable and something makes them feel uncomfortable. That's not how that works. As an adult, as the other party, you have to be the one to stop it. It should have never happened in the first place. But because he doesn't specifically say, "Oh, I feel uncomfortable," it's supposed to be fuck off with that shit. It man, I was so mad when I saw that. I was so mad when I looked at the comments underneath it of like people still rocking with this man. I'm like, no, it was you were full of shit. You basically were like, you have nothing hard on me. It is what it is. Sorry if you guys aren't seeing anything on the screen, by the way. I don't have anything really to put on the screen. I don't want to draw right now. I would just put empty thing, but like I guess I could put Genshin. Once we play Genshin. I guess. Here, I'll put it here to make it a bit easier. It's fucking trash, bro. Oof, excuse me. Let me get my controller. But genuinely, did you guys watch it? What were your thoughts on it? Personally, for me, he's scum. He's scum. He's actual scum. He's just a scummy person that does scummy things. No, he's not 100% innocent. No, he's not even somewhat innocent, in my opinion, personally. I don't think he's a pedo. I don't think he's a groomer necessarily. Well, no, I kind of low key think he's a groomer because if you just if you're asking any person that's significantly younger than you for weird art, like weird fetish art, period, it's weird, and I wouldn't necessarily call you a groomer legally, but like that's what I'm thinking about in my head. That's what I'm gonna think of you as in my head forever, because that's weird. The fact that you continue the conversation with the minor, knowing that was wrong afterwards, is another thing. The fact that you've done this with many other people and he wasn't the first is another alarming thing. There are very many alarming coincidences or things in the situation that make this whole thing just weird. By the way, I hear that. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna find out. This is what I was talking about. I have Minecraft, or Minecraft was loading for some reason, and I downloaded this mod pack, and I would play it. It seems really fun to play, but I'm gonna not play it for right now, and I might play it later. Sorry if you just heard like a loud noise. But if you watch it, that's fine. If you think that that's okay, like, he only thing again, all he did was use the information already provided by everybody else to try disprove, well, not disprove anything. Actually, just say I didn't do it. You have no solid proof on me. I didn't do it. And it's like, even some of the stuff, I'm like, you just blatantly lying. Like, you're blatantly misrepresenting the facts and lying about things and omitting, not omitting, but and hiding the actual evidence of the matter. It basically was. I don't think of myself as most predators don't. I'm not saying he's a predator, but just saying most predators don't. I don't think of myself as a bad person, so I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure you don't think of me as a bad person. At that point, I'm gonna start thinking of you as a bad person. Period. Like point blank. Period. You can eat my ass. Like it's frustrating and irritating and manipulative and gross in my opinion, and just all types of fucked in my personal opinion. I don't like that type of shit. I'm not here for it. I don't care for it. I don't care if excuse me, he gave me $40. It does not matter to me. This whole situation was trash. It was trash from begin. It was trash to begin with. It should have never happened to him or anybody else. And if you're so innocent, show us the other people. Show us the you. If you didn't know who they were, you must have some other contact with them apparently, because you were all buddy buddy with Ivory up until now. Show us. Show us the other people. Show us what else you were doing. Show us all your put all your cards on the table if it's that innocent, if it was that fun, if it was all fine, if it was just whatever. Because you're just admitting that you did it to other people, so show us. Because apparently you didn't learn a lesson the first time. Show us. I want to see it. I want to see the other DMs. I want to fucking pull that shit apart. And the fact that he was more worried about the weird fetish art, or not the weird fetish art, but the furry shit before anything else is another red flag to me that this is fucked. This whole situation was fucked. I forgot I got the sword. I don't know what I can do with it. Also, did anybody else like realize recently that it was Christmas, or that it was like close to Christmas? Because I did not, and like I'm freaking out because of that. Oh. Uh, I didn't watch it. I'm sorry that's the early stream and I'm ranting about this shit, but like it's genuinely irritating. There are genuine questions he did not answer and shit that he did not touch in that document. Shit that he blatantly misrepresented in people's videos and what they said and what the narrative is about him at this point. He just blatantly misrepresenting everything, so it makes him look better, which makes him look susser than ever to me. Like it's just gross. I'm sick of this. Again, I'm not gonna call him a groomer and a predator. I wasn't gonna call him that in the first place because it's all up in the air when it comes to that legally. But you're mad weird now, and now you're a weirdo that can't even admit really when he's a weirdo. Because the best he did was like, I'm sorry, but, everybody's calling me a groomer, and I'm just not a groomer. And it's like, bro, everybody had pretty much already established at this point. We don't know if you're a groomer yet. Legally, technically, you're not, but what you did was mad weird. And it just seems to be an always, I did this, but, people are mean to me type shit, and I don't appreciate it. It's kind of it's misleading, it's gross. I'm not here for it. And now he looks like before he looked like somebody that maybe just was a weirdo that made a mistake, and that's why I was expecting his apology to be more of like, I messed up, I'm sorry, I did not groom this person, I did not intend to do that, but I fucked up. That's what I was expecting. That at that point I still would have thought he was a weirdo, but it would have been much better. But this aggressive, angry, defensive, I'm not legally something, but it is what it is type attitude, I'm not here for it. You look like a weirdo now. That's some weird ass behavior, and the fact that you did it to other people, and I mean, listen, open the DMs, open fucking DMs. It's just, I don't know, something about it is just weird. I do have him technically. Well, do I? I'm pretty sure I got him. Do I not have him? I do. I got him on the first roll I did, uh, for his wishes. He's very much great. I like him. I don't know what his like weapon is and whatnot. Oh, it's a spear. I like her too. I want her more in life, period. But we can't all get what we want. I love her hair. Her hair is adorable. But as I said, I said what I said because he's a gross weirdo, and honestly, at this point, nobody can tell me otherwise. I don't care what you give to me unless it's solid proof that he is not. He is a gross weirdo and jail, in my personal opinion. And not jail for something that he did illegally, just jail because I don't want him in my face. I use jail as just a blatant, not blatant, but a blanket term of like when I don't want somebody, period, in life. And that's, he's just kind of a scumbag at this point. Like, I think irritatingly bad people just need to spend like one day in jail and they'll be good. And again, he did nothing illegal. That's not what I'm saying. I have to move this for a second. But I'm not saying he did anything illegal. Well, we can't prove he did anything illegal. However, he's a fuckface. And pretty much I feel like excuse me, my throat. What was that? Okay, that's weird. I feel like there should be more angry people around this, and he should be looked at as a fucking degenerate human being. But I have the sneaking suspicion that there will be several videos being like, he's innocent, guys. Nothing happened. He's not going to jail, so we're good. And that's gonna make me very upset. You know, I told you guys that just because someone doesn't go to jail doesn't mean they're not a fucking piece of shit. It's they're trash. Like, he's trash. Like, it's just what it is. And I said what I said. 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 If you look back at the evidence and you go back into his video and see all the shit that he just blatantly was like, I'm just gonna misrepresent what happened here and not show the full context of what it is just so I can get my way. It's genuinely gross. Again, technically he did nothing illegal, and we all kind of realized that at one point that he didn't do anything illegal. And even if he's just said like I didn't do that or that's not what happened, that still would have been good enough. But he keeps going out of his way to misrepresent things that make me think, okay, did you do it though? Is why do you keep lying about shit, or why do you keep actively ignoring information, or why do you keep misrepresenting information if you're not guilty? That's my question. Why do you keep doing that stuff if you're not, if you're not guilty as fuck? I wish I would use Chi Chi more, but like I feel like she's in her 40s or in the 40 level, so it's like it really won't help against these guys all that much. You know what I mean? She's not that big of a level or that big of a level difference, so it's just like Plus, I only use her for like healing. Let's be honest. I think everybody just does that. We all kind of use her for healing. She's stupid broken, by the way. Unless unless you're fighting someone that's like way above your level, like insanely above your level, she's just stupid broken. But again, I said what I said, what I said, what I said, what I said. I was gonna put more behind this, but I thought I had more to say. But no, it's not really hard to disprove most of what he said, and well, not even disprove. Uh, it's not really hard to see that he's being a fucking like a just a dick about this shit, and still somehow like it just seems like he's blaming Ivory for any of this. Like it was his fault that he came out saying that you did something you weren't supposed to do in an inappropriate way. You know what I mean? Like it still feels like he's blaming him. I'm not saying he's blatantly doing that, but it you can feel it, right? It's not just me that can feel that, right? It just feels like there's blame being put on him, and I don't like that shit because that's what happened at first. He was already getting hate for just saying he would have gotten hate period for just saying that you were a fucking weirdo who did this to him, even if he took out the grooming part of it. And it seems like you're just kind of like, because you put the grooming part of it in there. I can just say whatever I want and be the ass, just an asshat about it, and it's I'm uncomfortable, and I just don't. I don't like that shit. It bothers the shit out of me. You have to understand. And technically, when they were doing and by the way, the whole thing about the role playing and how the role playing isn't that bad because it was just role playing, and no, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not believing that. You can believe that if you want to. A court of law could believe that. I'm not believing that. If you are role playing with somebody, to me that is you get, or unless it's role playing in a sense of, uh, let's see, let me think about an appropriate role play because that's gonna be difficult for me. What's an appropriate role play? Like a Dungeon and Dragons esque role play. If you're doing any type of sexual, and when I say sexual, I mean the shit that he was doing is blatantly sexual in my personal opinion. If you're doing any of that stuff with anyone, period, especially somebody that's a fan, anything like that, and it's not, no, just period. If you're doing that with anybody like that, period, especially a fan, it's, I wouldn't say that's grooming. It's just mad weird. Let me say that. It's mad weird. I don't respect that. It's not a thing that's just like, well, I was just doing that and it doesn't mean much. It's nothing like that. No. No, you're a weirdo. You're a freak. Like, you're a weirdo. If you're doing it with some random person, again, if you're doing it in a, because that's the same thing he didn't actually explain. Why are you doing it with him specifically? Because why weren't you doing it in a server? Why weren't you doing it in, like, anonymously? Why was it specifically with this child? Explain that to me. You still haven't said anything about that. You just continue to be like, like, I'm just not here for that shit. You know what I mean? Again, I said what I said. I'm not here for it. I don't believe shit he's saying. I don't think he's a pedophile, but he's a fucking weirdo. It's just what it is. You're not going to convince me otherwise. It's just not going to happen. I feel bad because her shield is nice, but oh, you gotta talk about Genshin. Yeah, and if you have the right artifact, yeah. Okay, well I read what you're saying, but Genshin, yeah, with all these characters, you have to have the right weapon, you have to have the right artifact, you have to have the right everything for the character. And personally, uh, increases your damage against effects of things with hydro and electric, so that probably wouldn't be for her. Probably would be for like a fire type one, so I could probably put that on the one girl. Oh, nope. What's her name? I'm gonna level her up, so I guess I should put that on her. There, you can have this one. But again, Pyro's scumbag, and nobody's gonna tell me anything otherwise because it's just what it is. If you think he's still innocent in any way, shape, or form, or fully innocent, let me say, if you think he's fully innocent in this situation, I can't help you. You have a problem, and you need to work that out with, your therapist. But if you, I mean, I can understand it again in a legal sense. Yes, nothing's gonna come of this unless we find some extra information. Nothing's probably gonna come of this legally. But as a moral standpoint, fuck him. Fuck him in the ass. You know what I mean? I don't care. I don't care that he's a furry. I'm not trying to furry blame or furry shame him. I don't care that he's a furry. I don't think anybody cares about any of his sexual desires. I don't think anyone cares. We make fun of furries, yes, but no one genuinely cares that anybody's a furry or anything like that. I don't think anybody gives like a rat's ass. So it's what it is. Again, people are going to believe what they believe. I believe that he's a weirdo monster. No, I mean, I say monster. I'm sorry. That's not what I want to say. This is a weirdo man with real problems that he needs to work out in therapy. And the fact that he is doing none of the sort is a problem for me, because the way he thought it was okay to even keep in contact with this child in any way, shape, or form. Any of these people know that they're guilty, and yes, of course he knows that he's guilty because he kept in contact with this damn child. You don't keep in contact with your exes. You don't keep in contact with the friends that you don't like anymore. Not even the ones that you don't like. The friends that you like just don't talk to anymore. You know what I mean? But somehow people keep in contact and really stay in the DMs with people that they've either allegedly groomed, they've actually groomed, or people that they just have had inappropriate conversations with at a young age. They always seem to like stay in contact with these people but swear that they're innocent. And that's kind of a conflicting thing for me personally. Because, again, I'm not keeping contact. If I have talked to any of you guys at any point and you are underage, you know for a fact if I've stopped talking to you, I'm probably never going to talk to you again. Unless you bring something up to me like you have evidence that I needed or something like that, I'm never going to talk to you again. I don't care. Like, I don't, it's not that I don't like you. It's just we had our conversation, we talked what we need to talk about, and that's it. I'm not talking to you anymore. And even then, I don't, I know I don't DM people, and I don't really talk to people like that. Like, I talked to like a few people online, recently, and even then, it's like it's very slim. Like, I don't talk to people like that. I don't care, and I don't want to talk to a kid, especially. Like, knowing they're a kid, I don't want to have a full conversation with a kid. If you have information, if you want to show me your art, if you just want to say something to me because you feel a certain time, that's fine. You can come to me, that's fine. I'll support you, but I don't know you, nor do I want to talk to you. So we're not going to continuously have a conversation like we're friends because of situations like this, because I think it's weird. I personally feel personally uncomfortable. And I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, but I'm uncomfortable. And I don't want to say it, but I'm uncomfortable. Don't, it's just a thing. Give me a second. Give me a second. I just said give me a second. Oh. Yeah. Sorry, someone was talking to me. But it's what it is. You know what I mean? Uh God, my life just sucks. Everything sucks. Also, again, having full on conversations in the chat about fucking skin shit. I hate this. I hate it here. Also, my thing isn't turned up all the way. I have to like get out of Genshin now every time I want to like do something because for some reason it won't capture on any of the capture things. I could try. Like I thought before it was gonna capture. Fuck it. I thought before it would capture like on game capture and shit, but no. For some reason they won't capture on any other thing but display for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Do you guys understand what that is? Because I don't understand. No, it won't even come up on window. And then game capture. Oh wait, it might. Oh wait, it might come up on game capture. I don't know. Let's see. Will you work? Do I have to? Let's see. Let's see. Does that work? Does that work? Does that work? Nope. Nope. It doesn't work. I don't have no idea why it doesn't come up on anything but on but Windows. I don't know. I have no idea. I'll try to figure it out later, but anyways, that's kind of all I want to talk about with that one thing. It's just bullshit. Who was I supposed to be getting? A lightning person, I think. Yeah, she can go. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Anyways, oh, I forgot I changed their thing. But hopefully, I don't know if you guys watched it. So if you guys watch it, that's great. Tell me because I genuinely want to know how other people feel about this. So I feel like everybody's kind of just gonna let this go, and this is gonna be like another situation where there's blatant proof that this is weird, and people are gonna be like, but they didn't go to jail for it, so it's fine. And it's like it's not. even if it's not like an illegal thing, it's still mad weird. It's plainly mad weird. If nothing else, this all is mad weird. This is weirdo behavior. I don't care that they had fetish art. I don't care that they were furry. I don't care any of that. This stuff I care about. It is mad weird. On period. On period, point blank, it's mad weird. Okay, I'm done. I'm repeating myself. I'm done. I just wanted to talk about that. It's like been 30 minutes of me yelling about the sky. I think that's really all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to do a quick stream talking about that. Other than that, I mean, I'm just be playing Genshin, Minecraft, and that's about it. So it's what it is. So I will see you guys later. I'm sorry. Honestly, if no, I won't do that. If no, I guess I could stream. Not stream it, but I could. No, that's boring too. I was gonna say I could probably just play this on my Discord, and if you guys want to come in and watch, you can. But I feel like nobody cares. Nobody on there really cares like that. This is probably what Twitch would be for, but eh. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later. BB. I have to go out of the whole tab just to get to my thing.